We're always complaining that men are this, men are that. But we are the generation of the problem. Because the man you're complaining about is a woman like you and I that gave birth to him. So if you're not training your man child the right way, you have no right to complain about another man. Abigail, come here. Come. Abigail, my darling, how old are you? Huh? Yeah, what? How old are you? 20 what? You're 28 years old. Okay. You are in the right position to get flogged. Yeah, in the right position to get flogged. So please, turn your back for me. Huh? Turn your back first. Why are you looking at me like that? Turn your back, please. Turn. Collect it. You're confused why I flogged you? Don't be confused, my darling. Take. Give me a serious beating of my life. You know why? Because we deserve it. In fact, it's even too small compared to what we deserve. We deserve more than flogging. Okay? I know you're still confused. You don't understand why I flogged you. No problem, my darling. Come and sit down. Let me explain to you what is going on in women's world. Come and sit down, my darling. I will explain to you, okay? Women, we have completely lost it. We have completely lost our rights. We use our hands to take away what belongs to us. We use our hands to take away the rights given to us from the beginning. We have to be blamed for it. Nobody else. No. This is not a man's word. This is a woman's word. Yeah. And by the time I'm done with what I'm going to say, you understand what I meant by it's a woman's word. Okay? So just give me a little bit of your time while I relax properly. And as I'm relaxing, you can as well go and get yourself a nice cup of wine or water, whichever one you prefer, and sit down and come and listen to me, please. Because it's hard time someone needs to, talk about this. It's hard time someone needs to address this because I don't get it. I don't understand anymore. I don't understand what is actually going on anymore. So as you can see, I'm not smiling. There's no smile in my face because I woke up from the wrong side of the bed this morning. I was like, no, this needs to be addressed because I don't see people talking about it. It needs to be addressed. I know so many people are going to come against me in the comment section. I don't care. But this needs to be addressed. And let's see if there's a way, somehow, we can start to change things around. All right? It's obvious that women, we are the receiving end of everything bad. The world have completely become, unbearable place to be. And the generation of everything still revolve around women. We are being brainwashed to believe that this is a man's world, while in reality, it's not the truth. Let's face the facts. As a woman, we are wonderfully made. In fact, you don't even know the power you have as a woman, because if you know the power you have as a woman, because if you do, when you walk out of your door, when you walk on the street, you're going to be walking, you're going to be moving as if the world revolves around you, because that's exactly what it is. We are blessed. In fact, we are the most blessed. If you're a woman out there, look at yourself and tell yourself you're blessed. The fact that we are single-handedly picked to be the one to bring out another human being into this world, that what makes us special. Yeah, that what makes us special. Please, I am not here to mock some women that can't conceive. For the fact that you're a woman, whether you can conceive or you cannot conceive, that doesn't make you less of a woman. You should be proud of yourself, my darling. You should be proud. You're a woman. And now let me tell you where we all got it wrong. And so when a child is born into the world, the child is as pure as gold. There is no dent yet. Then this child will start learning from the parents or the guidance or whoever is taking care of the child. The child will start learning. But the fact still remains that there is a bond between a mother and a child. The bond even started from the womb. That is when you carry your newborn baby as a mother, your child is always looking at your face because he's establishing a strong bond. Your child feels more secure when you are around because the love of a mother is something that can never be explained. So you have more rights over your child than anyone else. And that is the right you're supposed to use as a mother, to teach your children the right thing to do from the tender age, so they will grow up to be better people. So we fail to use that right, we fail to use that power, and then our children to grow up to be beasts. So you can imagine a child that grew up in an environment where the parents are always fighting, quarreling, using abusive words in front of them. Those kids can never grow up to be better people. So you don't expect such children that grow up in such toxic environment to be wonderful to the partners when they grow up tomorrow, or to even be good to society, because they cannot give what they don't have. They don't have it. So most of them that change along the way are the one that's made up their mind not to be like their parents. We're always complaining that men are this, men are that, but we are the generation of the problem. Because the man you're complaining about is a woman like you and I that gave birth to him. So he might have learned a lot from his upbringing. And you that is complaining, you also have a male child, you're also training. So ask yourself, are you training your child the right way? So if you're not training your male child the right way, you have no right to complain about another man. Are you training your male child to know that it's not okay to beat a woman? Are you leading by example? Or are you the one that fights with your husband all the time and you expect your child to grow up to be the perfect son? That your child will grow up to be a beast doesn't mean he's gonna hate you as a mother. You're still gonna be your child's first love, because he's gonna love you despite everything. But so another woman out there is gonna pay the ultimate price. Are you also training your male child to also partake in the house chores that is not only meant for women? Because you can't brainwash them now they're small to believe that it's a woman thing, and when they grow up to start practicing what you taught them, you will now start seeing them as beasts. No. So we need to train them. We women, we need to train our children from little. We're gonna train them so well to believe that no woman will do kai for them when they come to cooking. They can go there and prepare something for themselves before they even get married or before they even get girlfriends. They have to have their own life, right? They can't be going out there all the time buying food to eat. They need to learn how to do it themselves. They need to learn how to keep the environment clean. When he marries tomorrow, he will be the kind of man that will help the wife, and not the type that will always sit down and believe that it's a woman's word, to clean and cook. It's not a man's word. We are in a society where a woman still go out there to make money the same way a man goes out there to make money. So what difference does it make now that I am going out there and making money and I'm coming back home, I'm still doing all the work at home? All right, so we need to do better. That is why I flog us from the beginning. We are the cause of our problem. We're not doing the right thing. Another thing that gets me pissed off about women is the fact that a woman will know that this man in question is married. He's a married man that have kids and have family, and you will still want to date him. You still want to go out with him. You still want to sleep with him. And now you are hurting your fellow woman. And the funniest part of it, that some women that boldly tell you that they prefer to date married men than single men. So tell me how men will change or stop from cheating when we have a problem. If a married man will come to me as a woman, and I know that he's married and have kids at home, and I will tell him, please go back to your wife. Please go back to your wife and stop messing around. And he go to Miss A. Miss A said the same thing. He goes to Miss B. Miss B said the same thing. He will have no choice than to go back to his wife. But no, he will come to me, and knowing full well that he's married, I will gladly give him myself. He will sleep with me, and he will still go to Miss B and do the same thing. Miss B will open her hand gladly and give. You go to Miss C, the same thing. You know, they keep on rotating us, women, anyhow. They keep on rotating us. We don't know what we have. We don't know the power we possess. We cannot stand for each other. We can't. A man will categorically sit down and marry multiple wives, and we still be okay with it. We will stand, a woman will stand with a man and watch him abuse another woman, and you think it's okay. You're messing with a man that is married, and knowing the consequences of what you are doing, what it will lead to. It may end up leading to divorce. It may end up leading to, violence at home, but you don't care. You don't care. Forgetting that children are involved, that it will end up messing their heads also, and they are there helping him to mess up another woman's life. And at the end of the day, he will mess him up and come to you, and he will still do the same thing to you. So you see, when I say we are our problem, we are our problem. Another thing is when a woman is in a very serious toxic relationship and there's kids involved. You're always fighting, and instead of you to walk out of that marriage to do good for your kids, instead you prefer to stick back. The material things you would think you will lose if you get out of that marriage, or you think if you leave, what will society will think of you? Or because you have nothing doing, if you decide to go with your kids, your children will suffer. And at the end of the day, you are the one abusing your children the most, because now you have damaged them mentally. They will grow up to be worse. So if you're a woman out there and you're in a very toxic relationship and you know that it's not healthy for your kids, and the reason why you're sticking in there because you have nothing doing, please focus on finding out what you can do to help yourself so you can help your kids. Because if you don't walk out of that marriage, it's either you walk out of it dead or in jail. And if you end up dying, your husband is going to marry another woman that will turn your kids, the same kids are trying to protect, and turn them into something worse. So my dear, there's no way you look at it that women we're not still at the receiving end. So you and I that still have little children can start now to start grooming better kids. Watch your children, watch the kind of lifestyle they're living now they are small, and start teaching them the right thing. So I don't know whether you guys are actually looking at the kind of kids that is coming up now. They're not listening. So don't say when they grow, they will learn. Let's start now. They are still small, and see what we can do. At least let's do our best. Another thing again that's so funny to me when we tell our children to be careful who they associate with in school or out there. Be careful who you associate with so that they don't corrupt you. Take a good look at yourself and take a good look at your children and ask yourself, who is corrupting who? So your children, are they the one that will go out there to corrupt others, or others are the one going to corrupt them? Think about it. Look into your life before you judge others. So take a good look at all these things I mentioned and see if there's any way you think are lacking, and try and amend your ways now. Okay, amend your own ways. I will amend mine. So at the end of the day, we're able to train children that will better the society, not the kind of society we are seeing right now, because it's all messed up. So thank you guys for giving me a listening ear, and watch out more for my ranting. For now, I say